Hey guys, it's Jase Brown. We're here at D1NZ, round 2, Mount Smart. This is our Frankenstein. We're running link management, G4 Plus Thunder. So with the link G4 Plus Thunder, it enables us to keep really good safeguards with our engine management. We monitor oil pressure. We also control our idle, which enables us to keep this supercharger cold when moving around the pits and before our battles. Just this year and towards the end of our winter series here in New Zealand, we had massive issues with high air temps with the Roots blower. And what the link management enabled us to do is actually batch fire our injectors, but we bridge them through like a wasted, like how you'd run wasted spark with coils. We're running a sequential injection, but we're double firing 2 injectors. What that does is it spreads the fuel across the top of the blower and it minimizes the air pockets that are going in with the fuel. What that's done is it's absolutely combated our air temperatures. We've plummeted 25 degrees after about a minute of running. So we were peaking over 100 degrees Celsius. Now we're around the 70 to 80 degrees. That's massive. Like, that's all power, and it's only because of the really high output drivers of these ECUs. We've got more chance of burning the pins out of the ECUs before we blow the drivers. So having a link to support us and run that method has been an absolute game changer for the start of the season, running into the summer with these hot air temps. So with our engine protection, we're monitoring fuel pressure and oil pressure. We've actually had it where we've had a rubber noodle come through the dry sump belt. It broke the belt at 9,000 RPM, which put the engine to a cut at 2,000 RPM, which took all the load off the motor. I was able to safely come out of the drift, shut the engine down. We were towed back, and within 5 minutes, we replaced the belt, ran the engine for a minute, we pumped oil through a new filter, and then we're back out on track. The boys were cutting the filter as I was gridding up, and then I got the thumbs up, go for it. And the only way that happened like that is because the engine it completely removed the load as we had no oil pressure. Same with fuel pressure. We run fuel pressure, and then we also monitor our landers, and we've got individual pyros as well. So we know straight away if we've got a blocked filter or if we've got any variance with fuel pressure, which is absolutely just the best thing you can do to safeguard your motor. Last thing you want to do is overheat those combustions and just melt stuff. Yeah. So I actually know guys that have been unable to set up these safety features in their motors, and they don't actually know they've done this damage until they get home and they start cutting filters and going over the general wear and tear of their engines. And if they had known this or had engine management to actually protect their motors halfway through the day, or even in like early starts, they would have been able to pick up on this and save their engines. So I just can't stress it enough that the safeguards with these managements are just second to none. So the engine's a production made motor. It's a 1UZ. It's been modified from the platforms of Speedway. So the block's been decked, the compression's been brought up, we're running forged internals. It's a factory crank, but we have tickled it up, knife edged it, and made it so we can rev it to up to 11,000 RPM. On top of it is a Roots supercharger. It's a hot rod blower. We're running it 7% underdrive, which is insane for a small little 4-litre engine. We haven't changed the stroke or anything with it, or the displacement. So really efficient little motor. We make 750 horsepower at the wheels, monster amounts of torque, and it's on tap. So it's really interesting to drive. I don't have a turbo sort of wind up and wind off. If I don't have traction, I don't run throttle. If I get traction, I'm burying all my throttle. Like, it's a really interesting car to drive, absolute freak. And the noise that comes from it when we're holding it around the 9,500 RPM is just insane. Just that reverberating, just insane high frequency sound is it's mental. Yeah. So this season we've put more development into the car. We've changed the front and rear, so we're running V2 Wisefab. We're really pushing for traction. Like, I've always had a problem, like, just to try and close that gap on the Chase. Like, the car's a fantastic smoke machine and really good for style, but we're just trying for that competitive edge. And all the cars now here in New Zealand are like bloody dragsters, and it's just trying to get on that bandwagon and actually put on a show and close out that proximity. So for us this year, it's just absolutely go for it. Everything's lit, like we're running all our power, and we're hoping to just get some close battles and really nice, fluent, consistent runs this year. To gear us up, we've got some plans up our sleeve, and it is engine performance and as far as respecing the motor. I'm not going to promise anything, but we're always looking for more power. As you are, put in more grip, you need more power. So there's a couple of things that progressing through this season. We'll see how we go.